Welcome to the Startable vlog, the place where everyone can be an entrepreneur. I'm Nicole Dickens, the founder of Zoetica, where we help people start, launch, then scale their ideas for greatest impact. The Startable community itself is all about igniting the entrepreneurial spirit by creating opportunities for those at the early stages of entrepreneurship to discover, then launch their ideas into the world, and it will forever be free for you guys to join. I'm never going to charge you to be a part of this community. We've been talking about finding the kinds of problems to solve that will bring about significant change that is transformational, meaning it forever changes how you think about things, how you go about life, how you interact with the world. Remember, from caterpillar to butterfly, there's no going back to caterpillar once you're a butterfly. We gave examples like how your phone now keeps all of your data, plays your music and videos, takes pictures and video, and all in one handy little device. You were encouraged to actually look into things like the fourth industrial revolution and Web 3.0 to get a handle on where transformation in life in general is headed, if technology has anything to say about it. This is just to get those creative juices flowing to help you begin to see the opportunities that are around you. We then talked about making a list of things that you now do differently because of the pandemic. Those things you use to cope, to maintain relationships and community, to stay healthy and safe, and well, just to do life in general. I asked you to go for quantity and not quality here too. Just list, just make a simple list. And hopefully you took me up on that offer and you've got such a list before you now. What that process accomplished was to show you how you took something painful and difficult, what we call a pain point, and went about solving for it, adjusting to make this new normal a good thing, hopefully. You embraced the pain that we all were experiencing and created a new way of thinking, doing, and being in response to this shared pain. And we're digging a little deeper on this concept in this post. These new ways of living differently could very well be transformational to the people around you. This is what must be explored, by the way. So back to that three-pronged approach to transformation: visibility, discovery, that then leads to transformation. While visibility starts with figuring out how to find those transformational opportunities, it ends with embracing the pain you find when you open those eyes of yours. I mean, as you thought about all the ways your life has changed as a result of the pandemic, much of it was painful, if not all, really, no matter if the outcome was positive or negative for you. And there were many positives that have come from this pandemic, by the way. We know more about ourselves and the world because of it. What might have always been broken is now impossible for us to ignore. The new ways of connecting, the renewing of old ways of connecting. Many of us were trapped in homes with hopefully people we loved, and we got reacquainted with each other, some of us, not all of us, during this pandemic. But all of this caused us to adapt and hopefully grow in ways that wouldn't have been possible without a pandemic forcing us to do so. The pandemic, in effect, was the phenomenon that opened our eyes and gave us visibility to the breaks and imperfections we were living with, maybe merely coping with, maybe too busy to do anything about, but now are so glaring, these pain points, that we simply have to address them. But instead of waiting for a force majeure, an act of God, to stimulate change like a pandemic, make looking for them your new normal. Be in control over your own visibility to opportunities and go run and meet the problem, those broken things and those imperfections head on first, with the intent on being the cause of that change, that transformation that problem represents. You're ahead of the curve, and well, life is just more fun when you take it on that way. You've already spent years adjusting to a forced change, a new normal as a result of the pandemic, and had a crash course in embracing pain that was forced onto you. You've already figured out how to respond to a crisis and to do things differently to accommodate that crisis. You've just had an important entrepreneurial muscle exercise with great intensity for an extended period of time, that muscle is formed. So why not use that muscle to go out there and start that thing that will stop for others some of the pain we've been collectively experiencing, but you figured out how to overcome somehow. Go out there and get something done. Why don't you? See you next time.